everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's Christina from Our Wood Home. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you what's been growing in my vegetable gardens. First up is one of our patio planters. This looks a little bit crazy because I have a ton of things in pots right now in the garden. Here I just have a bunch of peppers, bell peppers and hot peppers. I have some different medicinal flowers. This is echinacea. This is yarrow. This is a tomato that I got from a greenhouse. I don't usually buy plants from greenhouses. I prefer to start everything from seed, and I especially don't buy tomatoes because I don't want to risk cross-pollinating with the seeds that we grow, the heirloom varieties. But I can't remember what I did. I traded somebody at the greenhouse for something that I made. I know her in person, so it's not like it was weird, but she insisted I take a tomato plant or any other plant of my choosing, so I chose that one because it's a paste tomato and I don't grow those. I also have some more herbs over here. This is creeping thyme. This is lemon balm, which I did purchase, and then this is chamomile. I've got some red cabbage here. And then along this row is marigold. On this side, I have lots of scarlet runner beans. Definitely planted more than I need here, but I wasn't sure all the seeds would take, so I did a lot of extra. Interspersed throughout pretty much all the gardens, you're gonna find dill. Because several years ago, I planted a little bit of dill in one garden and it's just spread to all of them. But I don't mind because it smells nice, it looks nice, it has beautiful flowers, and it's supposed to be a pest repellent, so that's great. On this side are some radishes. I think most of them have gone to seed, and I'm not sure if I should still eat them after they've gone to seed. They might be a little woody, but I'm not sure. Let's go look at the other planter. This one looks rough, not gonna lie, it's rough. The soil in here is always very, very dry. This has 3 rows of carrots. It's hard to see with all the weeds, but these are carrots. Over here I have more dill, which I dug up from another garden and put here. And I've got 4 cucumber plants, pickling cucumber plants in there. I did purchase those because the ones that I sowed from seed did not germinate. This is, I think it's a hot pepper? No, bell pepper. And I'm pretty sure I got this one in a seed swap, or a seedling swap, sorry. Can't remember. This one is a bell pepper I tried to grow from seed. I don't know what's wrong with it. It's so tiny. On this side, I have a row of sunflowers. I was planning to do something else here, and when I put the plants in, they didn't survive. So I thought sunflowers would be nice. They were growing in other gardens from seeds that were scattered by birds last year. So I thought I would just put some here because it would be pretty. In this corner, I have lettuce, which again, I purchased. This is kind of just a little bit of everything. There's some tomatoes that popped up from last year, some calendula flowers. Everything looks very droopy because it's very hot, and I'm not going to water it yet. I'll wait until evening when it's not as hot. Some nasturtium plants, which I bought from a local nursery, and some marigold that I sowed from seed. In my herb garden, it's pretty shrubby looking. This is lemon balm and spearmint. The plants I put there last year didn't come back this year, which was surprising, so I had to get some new ones. Oregano, which is always out of control, and I just let it do its thing. It fills in nicely and blocks the weeds, which is nice. some echinacea here. This clump was chives and that season has passed now. I've also got, it's hard to see, but I've got some thyme, sage, basil, parsley, which is flowering, lavender. It doesn't look like it's doing very well. I've never really done much with lavender, so I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong, if anything. And then over here, some yarrow. There's a chamomile and comfrey growing over in the corner. I bought the chamomile, lavender, basil, sage, and thyme. I didn't grow those from seed, but the parsley popped up from last year, and the yarrow was actually growing in my driveway. This garden is kind of a hot mess. It hasn't been doing as well as I had hoped, and I'm not really sure why, but it is what it is. I've been weeding it, so there's clumps of pulled out weeds everywhere, but that's fine. Here I have 3 ground cherry plants. I started those from seed. It's my first time growing them, and I feel like they should be a little bit bigger by now, but they're still small. I'm not really sure what's going on with them. I don't even know if I'll end up getting a harvest from those. I've got 2 teeny pitiful jalapeno pepper plants that I bought from a nursery. And then from this stake to that piece of wood is supposed to be a flower bed. Just random flowers. So I've sown so many things in here. I can't even remember all the different types of flowers I've put in. It seems like some of them are germinating. A lot of them I don't think germinated, but maybe, I don't know. So I have no idea what these are, except for a marigold, which I transplanted from elsewhere, and some yarrow, which I brought over from my driveway. I think there's some sunflowers popping up. I think maybe this is a sunflower. I don't know. It'll be a fun surprise. Then here I have 2 little zucchini. I believe from about here to here were supposed to be cauliflower. And I think I have one teeny little one, and as you can see, it's right next to the soaker hose, and yet it is not growing. I've got some purple cabbage over there, which I bought from a nursery. Then on this side I have garlic, next to onions, and then from here down to that white piece of paper, I am pretty sure this is more flowers. I've changed my plan a few times and I just can't remember off the top of my head, but flowers have been popping up here, so I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And then I have some beets in this general area. Again, not doing great, but the seed quality was not that great either, so I think that's to be expected. And I have, yet again, more flowers planted here. And again, no idea what it is, so it'll be a fun surprise. Celery is in this corner. I've tried growing celery from seed, and it doesn't work for me, so once again, I did purchase some celery from a local nursery. And of course, in the tomato cages are tomatoes. This garden I also just weeded this morning, and it still looks a hot mess, but it is what it is. This was supposed to be pumpkin, and so was this. And I've tried sowing seeds in those gardens twice this year, and none of them germinated. Different types of pumpkin even. from different companies. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe later I'll get some pumpkins popping up, like closer to the end of summer. But what was popping up was dill. So I just decided to keep all the dill and turn this into a dill garden. I did have some tomatoes from last year growing here, so I moved them over here. They're looking kind of droopy because I just moved them, and they need some pretty heavy watering. So now this is going to be overflow tomatoes. I only transplanted a few because they get pretty big, so I didn't want them to be like growing along the fence or on this path in the middle here. This is also flowers. I think this is maybe a hollyhock. Pretty sure, actually I don't know what these are, but these two are the same. Maybe zinnia? I don't know. I know that's a sunflower, and just some other stuff in here. Because I sowed so many different types of flower seeds, it's really going to be a surprise to see what comes up. I mainly did mixed seeds all at once, so that'll be fun. On this side, I've got 2 trellises of peas. I think some of them were snow peas, maybe. I think that's a snow pea. And then I'm pretty sure as snow peas mature, they look more like normal pea pods. A lot of these pea plants were given to me by a new friend, so I don't really know what they are, and she wasn't even sure what they were. So that's kind of funny. I'm pretty sure these are supposed to be snow peas. They're just slower growing. And then this area was super frustrating. I planted a lot of corn in this whole back section. And after a few weeks, nothing was popping up. So I got kind of discouraged and ended up planting some more corn. No, what did I do? No corn was growing. Then I saw potatoes popping up from last year, so I decided to leave the potatoes and then sow more corn seeds in this corner. And that's what you can see popping up here. But the biggest stalks of corn are actually the originals that I planted and decided to just pop up out of nowhere. So that's also a fun surprise. I'm pretty sure this is the year of garden surprises. So it was nice to see all the corn because I didn't think I would get any at all this year. And the potatoes, I think I might have left them in the garden on purpose last year, but I don't remember. Oh no, there were some that were kind of rotten last year, so I just left them in the ground, not even thinking, oh, they'll pop up again next spring and make more potatoes, but that's what happened. So bonus potatoes.